Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it's Moon Day, and it's the 11th day of the month of Augustus, and the moon is just beginning to wane from having been full. Last night I looked into the sky and the moon was heavy and orange, and it was rising. It was still really, really big, but you could just see the wolf starting to go in, and yeah, so it's just beginning to wane from being a full moon. Yeah, so let's get started. We have, apparently the Perseids are starting tomorrow. Where I am in Toronto, here's what happens. Every time anything interesting happens in the sky, it's cloudy or we have thunderstorms, and we're expecting thunderstorms tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll get to see any of the Perseids this year, but every once in a while we do get to see some things. Like there was an eclipse a few years ago that actually was good, and we got to see some of that. Well, we didn't actually look up at it, but it got dark and it was really cool. And then yes. So we do sometimes get to see things. We get to see like lunar eclipses and things like that. And every once in a while it isn't actually cloudy or like rainy when something interesting is happening in the sky for us. So, we sometimes get lucky with that way. So we're using the Elder Futhark on bone. I've been thinking about trolls lately, so I'm thinking about using the bone. I thought let me use the bone runes today. And this is a message for whenever you find this video, and for whoever this message is for. If it doesn't resonate, then you can enjoy it, but just leave it for the person who it's for, or maybe it's for you in the future. So we'll see. But basically this is for whenever you find this video. So the message I wanted to come through today, central issue is Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and things that are out of your control and nature and weather. And let's read the rest of the runes to see what this is talking about. But it does seem to me that right now you're in a situation where you are both feeling like things are pretty wild around you right now. Things are pretty crazy. Things are out of your control that are crazy around you, but you're also looking to find your true nature. Whatever this is that's happening, also just be reminded that weather, it doesn't stay the same. So storms are by nature non-permanent, except there's like one place in the world apparently where there is a permanent storm, and I think there's like a permanent storm on like Jupiter. But anyway, for the purposes of this reading, this is something that you're getting through right now. You're actually just going through. It's a piece of weather. It's a storm that's coming in. It's frightening and destructive and a lot out of your control. But this is also a call for you to recognize your own true nature, and that you too are a force of nature. So coming up to that, we have Uruz, which is the rune of the wild ox. This is strength and health and stubbornness in terms of digging in and resistance. Maybe you knew this storm was coming. Maybe it's like Yona Yinton, be like the bison, that you can get through the storm faster if you face into it. So we may have that sort of situation where you have braced for this. Either way, you were strong and you were solid, and that's how you're going to get through this. I do sense a bit of like preparedness for this, that you saw this coming. You knew this was on its way, and so you braced. You basically you dug your hooves in, and you are now being the immovable object. You're basically standing strong and solid and grounded and all that in the face of the storm that was approaching, and now you're in the storm, and so you're sort of facing into it. You are riding this out, but not riding it. You're basically just standing, letting the storm pass over you while you connect to your own true nature. So what is going to help you? We have Sovilo. Yes, that's Sovilo. I know it's a weird shaped Sovilo, but that's the Sovilo in this particular rune set. And we have Vunyo reversed above that. So what's immediately going to help is the fact that you are going to tap into your source energy, whatever it is, that whenever you connect with it, whenever you do it, whenever you access it, it does energize you. It does nourish you. So whatever it is that whenever you do it, you're like, I could do this all day. So it's what nourishes you. It's what energizes you, and keep that at hand. Like while you're going through this, have that connection to the things that bolster you and the things that return you to that realign you to your true nature, which is going to help you connect with your true nature through this, which is going to help you as the storm moves through you, that you are just as strong. What is going to help that is look inward and find that deep inner joy within you. That's like part of the key of that. You're going to find your source through that deep inner joy. So connect to heart, look inward, and through that, where is that radiance and light coming from, and seek that. But also what this is saying is the little discontentments, acknowledge them. Don't let them sit. Don't let them fester. This is not a time to let any of those things be there, as far as, and if there's anything that you can control that, because this that you're going through, you can't. That's like a big nature thing that you can't argue with it. It's a big weather thing. You can't argue with it. You can't control it. So control what you can. If there are little discontentments that you can take care of, like if you're thirsty, get a drink, like little things, the little things that you can control, take care of those, because that's going to help you. But also, again, connect with your deep inner joy, and then connect with whatever your source energy, whatever helps you connect to your source energy, do that. What is not going to help? It is a challenge, and you're worried about your comfort zone because it's sort of buffeting you around. So all of this leads from this, where you're standing up, this is coming, and you brace yourself, and you see this as a challenge. And if you let yourself sink into this, like, this is so hard, this is so hard, this is so hard, that's where it's going to become really, really difficult, because you're focusing on how hard it is and what a big challenge it is and how scary it is that you're passing through this. This is a threshold as well. This Thurizaz, it's the thorn, the giant, the gateway, it's the threshold. It's upright, so it's not impossible, but it is something that you are facing into. You're seeing this wall of this storm coming at you, and you're like, you're braced, you're standing there with your hooves dug in, the wild ox that you are, but it's scary, and so you're worried about that. It's something that you haven't been through before, because every storm is new. So it's that kind of thing. And so there is that worry that's going to drag you down, and the reason that that's going to worry you is because of the worry about your comfort zone. We have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. It's basically your sense of solace and comfort. You're going through something that is not going to be comfortable. It's going to be a bit scary, and it's going to be, toss you around. It might try to toss you around a bit. You're pretty solid. Probably it won't toss you around, but it's going to buffet you around a bit. You're going to feel things hitting your thick fur. So it's basically, these are both upright, and upright runes in the lower line tend to be worries about that thing. So you're worried about the passage through, and you're worried about your comfort zone being assailed. But these are worries. They can drag you down if you focus on them. But instead, if you instead of focusing on the fact that it's a challenge and the fact that you're going through something that's not comfortable, but instead bring your focus back on what brings you joy, and what, whenever you connect with it, gives you energy and nourishment. If you let that be your focus while you stand strong and braced, like you already arranged yourself to be during this, and facing into the storm, like facing into it, that's going to carry you through a lot less uncomfortably than focusing on these. If you just stand there against the storm and just focus on how uncomfortable it is and on how, scary it is, if that's all you focus on, that's going to be a really scary time. So try to remind yourself, if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel frightened, remind yourself, what are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that whenever you do them, give you happiness and give you energy and nourishment? And if you can do them, do them. That's the other thing, is just to make sure, if there is any chance of doing any of this, do it, because that's going to help you so much. And again, if you're feeling like, if there's anything that you can control it. If you're feeling, hungry or thirsty, or if you just need a moment, do it, because that's going to be part of it, is those little discontentments that you have control over. That's what you're going to have. That's what you can do something about. What this is going to lead you to is we have Gabo. Gabo's the rune of the gift. The gift is always an exchange. It's agreements, decisions, goals, and plans, but it's also completion. There is a sense of you had seen this coming, you planned for it, you got through it, and you did it. Checked it off your to-do. It's like stand up against the storm. You've done it. You did it. You can mark it off as having been done. But this is also a point at which, after you've gotten through this, when you can start making other plans and for future storms possibly, but you can just sort of resume picking up your to-do list again. You can start to resume the things that you sort of had to lay aside when you saw the storm coming and you raced against it. So to just let it pass by you, not brace. It's not like you're trying to stop the storm, but you are just bracing so that the storm can pass by you, basically tapping into your own true nature, which is very, very strong. So by the time you get through the storm, when the storm passes, and it's really going to be only one beat in your life, like one step on your path, and then you're through it, and you've done it, you did it, you got through it, and then you can start making your plans again. You can start looking at that. So that is your reading for the message that wanted to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.